Episode 10 of Kowloon Generic Romance dives deeper into the mysterious nature of Kowloon Walled City and Reiko's connection to her doppelganger, as she makes a heart-wrenching decision about her relationship with Kudo. The episode begins with Reiko and Yuen visiting the dangerous northern district of Kowloon to apologize to a landlord about a tenant who skipped town from Yuen Shan Tower. During their visit, the landlord makes a curious observation, noting that sometimes running is the winning bet, and that skipping town is admirable, in its own way, foreshadowing important revelations about the nature of escape in this confined urban labyrinth. The conversation with the landlord is interrupted by the arrival of Ling Ling, presumably her pet, to whom she feeds dried chicken tender. In an intriguing exchange, the landlord reveals she never loses at mahjong and cryptically asks Reiko if she thinks she'll win the game of life. Before Reiko can properly consider this philosophical question, Kudo arrives, angry that Reiko ventured into this dangerous area alone. His protectiveness demonstrates his genuine concern for her safety, even as their relationship grows increasingly complicated by the mysteries surrounding them. After this introduction, we see a striking scene with a mysterious figure attempting to convince someone to kill the fake Reiko Kujirai, arguing that she's a generic who shouldn't exist and thus eliminating her wouldn't constitute murder. This reveals a sinister plot against Reiko, suggesting some people are aware of her artificial nature and see her as an aberration to be removed. The person refuses, saying they can't see her that way after meeting her in Kowloon, indicating not everyone views generics as disposable entities. The episode then shifts focus to Xiaohei, revealing a connection to his past through a discussion about his former fashion obsession. The mysterious figure shows photos of a younger Xiaohei surrounded by clothes, which he says he's since discarded because holding on to clothes that no longer fit me wouldn't help me get over them. This conversation reveals that the generic Kowloon replicates the city from 3 years ago, and Xiaohei has seen his own past self there, suggesting that generics and their originals can sometimes coexist despite the supposed impossibility. The mysterious figure then mentions something called Gene TERRA that could supposedly return Xiaohei to his former appearance. In a touching scene that provides emotional relief amid the mystery, we see Xiaohei encounters Yuen late at night. He's clearly troubled, but when he attempts to speak with her, he suddenly collapses. The gentle Yuen offers him ice cream to cool off, but then tells him not to eat junk. Xiaohei makes a heartfelt declaration. "I'd never want to do anything that makes you feel sad." Yuen, moved by this statement, reflects that she's never had a boy say something like that to her, wondering if this might be romance. This sweet interaction provides a counterpoint to the more troubled relationship between Reiko and Kudo. The plot thickens when Reiko-pan, Yuen's nickname for Reiko, receives a frantic phone call about strange footage seen through glasses. These special glasses seem to show fragmented scenes from the perspective of Kujirai B, the original Reiko who died. When Reiko tries them on, she sees random, disconnected scenes, including images of Kudo. The glasses reveal that Kujirai B was looking for Kudo, who hadn't returned from his rounds, wondering if he was avoiding her. In one memory, Kudo asks B if she wants to go to lunch, but she declines, saying she promised to eat with Yuen. These glimpses suggest a strained relationship between Kudo and Kujirai B before her death. In a poignant moment of self-reflection, Reiko acknowledges mixed feelings about seeing these memories. "Earlier, I felt happy seeing faces of Kudo-san that Kujirai B probably didn't know. It's only natural that there would be faces of Kudo-san that only B knew. How did I not realize something so obvious?" This recognition shows Reiko grappling with her complicated identity, as both herself and a duplicate of someone from Kudo's past. Determined to uncover more about her predecessor's life, Reiko and Yuen decide to investigate Yuen Shan Tower after seeing it through the glasses. Though Kudo had warned Reiko to stay away from northern Kowloon, they venture there at night. Yuen expresses discomfort about the mission, feeling something isn't right, but Reiko insists it might help her understand why she exists, and looks exactly like B. Their exploration is interrupted by the arrival of Xiaohei, who offers to escort them back to safety, a timely rescue from what might have been a dangerous situation. The next day, Reiko and Yaume meet with Gwen at a cafe to discuss what they've learned. Gwen reveals critical information about Kujirai, saying he couldn't quite tell what she was thinking, and there was always a scent of death about her. Most significantly, he confirms that Kujirai took her own life, despite being engaged to Kudo. When Yaume expresses disbelief, asking why someone engaged to Kudo would commit suicide, Gwen simply reiterates that he could never understand B's thoughts. His words carry a warning to Reiko. There's a chance that your presence itself might be hurting him. Suggesting that even if Reiko's intentions are good, her resemblance to B might be reopening old wounds for Kudo. An unexpected encounter occurs when Shohei arrives to inspect the cafe's fire alarm, and Gwen recognizes him despite Shohei's attempt to pretend they're meeting for the first time. After Shohei leaves, Gwen catches a contradiction in his earlier statement, having claimed he didn't know Kujirai's true cause of death, despite confirming she killed herself. This subtle discrepancy suggests Gwen knows more than he's revealing about the circumstances of B's death. Following this revelation, Reiko recalls that Kudo had once visited her near midnight on the anniversary of Kujirai's death, adding another layer of complexity to their relationship. She makes the heart-wrenching decision to end their romantic involvement, telling Kudo they should return to being just colleagues. When Kudo mentions the awkwardness since they slept together, Reiko firmly states, "I am not going to hurt you," suggesting her decision stems from a desire to protect him from further pain associated with her resemblance to his deceased fiancé. This sacrifice demonstrates Reiko's genuine love for Kudo, prioritizing his emotional well-being over her own desires. After this difficult conversation, Reiko resolves to focus on uncovering the truth about Kowloon and herself. She contemplates profound questions. Why was the second Kowloon replicated? Why do I look exactly like Kujirai? Why was I born? Why did she kill herself before getting married? These existential questions drive her investigation as she begins peeling away talismans throughout the city, discovering that some are blank while others reveal error codes. 403. Forbidden/no permission to access, and 202. Accepted but processing not completed. The climax of the episode comes when Reiko discovers a wall covered with talismans that she recognized from B's memories. When she peels away one talisman, she finds a chilling message. Don't look for it anymore. This warning suggests that someone, perhaps the creators of this replicated Kowloon, doesn't want Reiko uncovering certain truths. The message carries an ominous tone, implying that continuing her investigation might lead to dangerous consequences. The episode concludes with Reiko returning home exhausted, feeling she's forgetting something important. Finding chocolate in her bag, she eats it with simple pleasure, a moment of normality amid the increasingly complex mystery surrounding her existence. The final subtitle reads, "It's always midsummer in Kowloon," reinforcing the strange, suspended nature of this replicated city where time seems frozen in an eternal summer. Episode 10 significantly advances the overarching mystery of Kowloon generic romance, while deepening the emotional stakes. We learn that Reiko is indeed a generic, an artificial replica of the original Kujirai who committed suicide 3 years ago. The talismans throughout Kowloon appear to be part of the city's programming or code, with error messages suggesting glitches or deliberate restrictions in this constructed reality. Reiko's decision to end her relationship with Kudo represents both a sacrifice born of love and a determination to forge her own identity separate from her predecessor's tragic end. The episode leaves viewers with compelling questions. Who created the replicated Kowloon and why? Who is trying to kill Reiko, and who is protecting her? What is the significance of the error codes behind the talismans? And perhaps most poignantly, can Reiko and Kudo find happiness together despite the shadow of the past, or are they destined to remain apart? As the series progresses, these mysteries continue to intertwine with the gentle love story at its core, creating a unique narrative that blends science fiction concepts with deeply human emotions.